Welcome to another session of personal finance training. Today we'll be looking at coronavirus and investment. Now, this is presented by Accounting Lecture. We're going to have an exciting time and I hope that you'll enjoy this session. Like, share, and subscribe. Our objective, or our aim rather, is to get a better understanding of companies to invest due to the coronavirus. We will be looking at the top pharmaceutical companies in the world. We also will be looking at the share price before and after coronavirus. So we're going to look at it in terms of the hypothesis and correlation. So we're not going to dive deep into it, but we're just going to look at the surface level of the correlation between the share price movement and the coronavirus. And we're going to also consider the investment options, and then we'll conclude. Now let's have a look at the top pharmaceutical companies in the world. In the number one spot we have Roche, and then we have Pfizer, then we have Abiv, Johnson & Johnson, Sanofi, Merck, Novartis, Gilead, GlaxoSmithKline, and then we have Amgen. And then others, I think over the years they've changed position, and we've had a number one spot. We have Pfizer, then Merck, then Johnson & Johnson, then Roche, then Sanofi, then Novartis, and then Abiv. Then we have AstraZeneca, Gilead, and then Amgen. So kind of funny names, but yeah, so this is the order. So let's have a look at them a little bit more closely in light of this virus situation. Now, pre the corona virus, the share price for Pfizer was $38.90. It traded as high as $40.61 and it's currently trading at $34.88. Johnson & Johnson, we have $143.56. It went as high as $153.99 over the virus situation, and then now it is trading at $140.02. GlaxoSmithKline is $44.65. It went as high as $47.82 and it's currently at $42.55. Roche is $303.75. It went as high as $351.15. It's now currently trading at $309.70. And then we have Abiv, which is $89.33. It went as high as $97.79. It's currently $88.69. Now let's have a look at it in terms of investment strategy a little bit more closely. Now, if we were to look at the disparity between the highest trading over the period and the current situation, we'll see here that Pfizer, the difference is it has fallen, which is a negative in a way, but the movement is $5.73. For Johnson & Johnson, it's dropped from the highest of $13.97. For GlaxoSmithKline, it's $5.27. For Roche, it's $41.45, and then for Abv, it's $9.10. Now let's have a look a little bit closer. So if the best case movement between the highest or in terms of the cash value that's the lowest in terms of the disparity or the volatility is GlaxoSmithKline with $5.27, and the highest is Roche with $41.45. So if you bought the share price, say at the high, you would have lost $41.45. And if you had bought the GlaxoSmithKline at its high, you would have lost $5.27. So GlaxoSmithKline, the volatility is not as high. Now let's look at it in terms of the pre-corona and its current trading. And we see in Pfizer it's $4 difference, so now it's actually trading less than it was before, so it lost $4. For Johnson & Johnson it has lost $3.54. For GlaxoSmithKline it's lost $2.10. But for Roche it actually is trading higher than pre-corona with $5.95. And for AbbVie it's less by 0.64, so 64 cents. Now let's have a look at the actual charts to kind of understand the volatility and the trajectory. So pre-corona we can see here that and here it would be for the last 3 months. So we can see here that there's a downward trajectory. It was trending upwards and now it's going down, so it's up and then it's now going down. So therefore we can see that pre-corona it's actually has a downward trajectory, slight recovery, but it's downward trajectory there. Also Johnson & Johnson, again downward trajectory, was going up prior to, and now downward trajectory and a slight recovery. For GlaxoSmithKline, downward trajectory, slight recovery as well, pre-corona. Again for Roche, it's a longer trajectory upwards and then a slight drop and then it's a slight recovery as well. For AbbVie, it's again an upward trajectory, again a downward prior to corona, downward and a slight recovery. So we can see here that the share price generally is actually, the correlation is that in light of this virus, these companies seem to be losing value. So from an investor perspective, you might be hesitant, but I think in terms of the long run, the market is going to feed in our pricing, the increase in sales that's going to occur due to the virus situation. Now having, the turnover is likely to actually increase with these companies over this period due to people buying masks, people buying medications. There will be more research in getting a solution and drugs for this virus. So maybe the market is initially pricing in the increased costs of research and then you're going to have a recovery of that cost via the sales. But so the market is actually saying that it's the downward trajectory for most of the pharmaceutical companies is kind of giving a negative signal. But at the moment, that's a situation. It doesn't mean that would be the long-term situation. So I would say that you might have, or you will have, a recovery at some point, because the sales will definitely go up in light of this virus situation. So this is my conclusion in light of this. So we've looked at the top pharmaceutical companies, we've looked at the share price movement in light of the corona situation, and we've looked at it in terms of investments. And for me, I think it would be a good to invest. The rewards will be coming because the virus situation is going to cause an increase in sales for pharmaceutical companies. That's my take. If I'm wrong, then the market will do otherwise, but that's my gut instinct in light of the information. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you.